Welcome back to Iraqi Dinar Alert. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that has confused and unfortunately cost many people their hard-earned money: Iraqi dinar investment scams. Over the last 2 decades, the dinar has gained a reputation outside of Iraq as a once-in-a-lifetime investment. People are told to buy massive amounts of this currency with the promise that it will suddenly revalue, making them millionaires overnight. The reality? A lot of this hype is dangerously misleading, and often it's tied directly to sophisticated scams. Understanding how these scams work is your first and best defense against financial loss. First, let's understand the currency itself. The Iraqi Dinar, or IQD, is the official currency of Iraq, issued by its central bank. Its value against major currencies like the US dollar is quite low. Scammers use this low value as their main selling point. They'll tell you that for just a few $100s, you can buy millions of dinars. The logic they present is simple. If the dinar's value shoots up, your small investment will turn into a massive fortune. But here's the crucial point. A low exchange rate does not mean a currency is undervalued or about to explode. This brings us to the core of the scam, the revaluation myth, often called the RV. Promoters claim that the Iraqi government or some powerful international body is about to flick a switch and dramatically increase the dinar's value, sometimes by thousands of times, literally overnight. They'll drop names like the International Monetary Fund or the World Bank and hint at secret global financial resets to make it sound legitimate. But let's be crystal clear. There is absolutely no credible evidence that any such event is planned. Major currency changes are public, carefully managed processes designed to prevent economic chaos, not create it. No central bank has ever confirmed the wild revaluation scenarios that dinar promoters are selling. So, how do these scams actually make money? It's simpler than you might think. You're buying real Iraqi dinars, but at hugely inflated prices. Scammers position themselves as currency dealers, marketing the dinar as a rare investment. They make their profit from the enormous markup they charge you. Once you've bought the dinars, they've already won. It doesn't matter what happens to the dinar's value in the future. Their profit is locked in. Many of these promoters also earn commissions for referring you to specific dealers or websites, creating a whole ecosystem built on hype and misinformation, where you, the buyer, carry all the risk. To get you to buy, these scammers are masters of psychological manipulation. They prey on people's hopes and financial anxieties. They'll create a sense of extreme urgency, telling you the revaluation is happening any day now, and you'll miss out if you wait. They'll present themselves as insiders with secret, privileged information that nobody else has. They might use patriotic language about helping to rebuild Iraq, pulling at your heartstrings. And they'll share so-called success stories, which are almost always impossible to verify. All these tactics are designed to bypass your critical thinking and rush you into a decision without doing proper research. Another huge problem they conveniently forget to mention is liquidity. That's a fancy word for how easily you can turn your investment back into cash. Outside of Iraq, the dinar is not a widely accepted currency. Most banks won't touch it. If you do find an institution willing to exchange it, they'll likely hit you with terrible rates and high fees. So even if the dinar's value did gradually increase over time, which is the more realistic scenario for any currency, actually cashing in your millions of dinars would be a logistical nightmare. This makes it a highly impractical and risky asset for the average person. Now let's look at the economic reality on the ground in Iraq. The country's economy is heavily reliant on oil exports, which makes it very sensitive to global oil price swings. While Iraq has made progress in rebuilding, it still faces significant challenges with political instability, infrastructure, and security. The Central Bank of Iraq's main job is to maintain currency stability to support the economy, not to engineer a get-rich-quick scheme for foreign speculators. A currency strengthens through long-term stable economic growth and good governance, not through a magical overnight event. So, how can you spot these scams? There are several red flags to watch out for. Be wary of anyone promising guaranteed or risk-free profits. That's the #1 sign of a scam in any investment. Be skeptical of claims of massive returns with little to no effort. Run from anyone mentioning secret government plans or confidential IMF meetings. If you feel pressured to buy immediately, that's a huge red flag. And always check if the seller is a licensed financial professional. Any investment that discourages you from doing your own research or promises absolute certainty should be avoided. Don't just take my word for it. Financial regulators in the United States and other countries have issued specific warnings about foreign currency scams, often highlighting the Iraqi dinar. They stress that currency speculation is inherently risky and that no one can predict or guarantee future exchange rates. Many of these dinar sellers operate in a legal gray area, which makes it incredibly difficult for victims to get their money back. The best way to protect yourself is through education. Before you even think about investing in any foreign currency, take the time to learn how exchange rates and monetary policy actually work. Get your information from official, reputable sources like central banks and established financial news outlets, not from anonymous forums or hyped-up YouTube channels. Always consult with a licensed financial advisor who is legally bound to act in your best interest. And the golden rule of investing: never, ever invest money that you cannot afford to lose completely. Diversified, regulated investments are almost always a safer and more transparent path to building wealth. In conclusion, while the Iraqi dinar is a real currency used every day by the people of Iraq, it is not the lottery ticket that scammers claim it is. The narrative of a sudden, massive revaluation is a myth, fueled by a network of misinformation designed to part you from your money. Iraq is focused on gradual, long-term economic stability, not creating instant millionaires abroad. By understanding the facts and recognizing the red flags, you can avoid this costly trap. Remember, in the world of finance, patience, research, and a healthy dose of skepticism are your most valuable assets. If it sounds too good to be true, it almost always is. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and be sure to subscribe for more alerts.